If you think modern cinema got too safe and soft, a indie icon just said, "Hold my beer." His new film, I Want Your Sex, is officially the wireless, most provocative movie of the year. The story follows Elliot, a broke college grad who lands a job as a studio executive, to Erica Tracy, a famous artist, played wonderfully by the actress. But this isn't a normal 9 to 5. He quickly becomes her submissive and the counterpiece of her chaotic world. Olivia absolutely steers the show here as a magnetic, over the top art dominatrix. The movie plays out like a kinky crime mystery. It actually pokes fun at Generation Z's dating anxiety and modern workplace HR culture, all wrapped in a gorgeous chain and whip. It's funny, it's deeply uncomfortable, and it's incredibly stylish. If you miss the good old days of bold, unapologetic, dark humor that takes massive risks, this is a must watch. Have you seen I Want Your Sex yet? Or is it too wild for your watch list? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to hit follow for more spoiler free reviews. Let's talk a little more in depth about it. Alright, so I was hesitant to go to this movie, to be honest. It was one that I had not seen any previews on. I had not watched any reviews on. I mean, I deliberately avoid that stuff as much as possible until I already see a movie and make a review on it before I look any information up on it. Unfortunately, sometimes it's unavoidable because I go to the movie theater, so I see theater previews of films. This was one that never had any previews, at least at any of the movies that I've been to. But it was my day to go to the movies. I wanted to see something that was new. Most of the films I have already previously seen, some more than once. So this was the one. Just by the name alone, I'm going to be honest, I was a little awkward. I didn't think I was going to like it. I also went into it thinking it was going to be a comedy, which it kind of was, but at the same time, there was so much more going on. This film is actually a murder mystery suspense thriller, which I was pleasantly surprised. The acting in this film really stood out to me. I feel like the two lead roles did a amazing job, and both of these characters are not the easiest to portray, so I think that they deserve a round of applause for being able to perform these roles so incredibly. I have to give almost equal appreciation to the rest of the cast. I really don't think there was a bad apple in the bunch. I think they all did a incredible job. This film had a interesting tendency to keep you on edge. It was very suspenseful. The music soundtrack, I feel like, kept a uneasy, unsettling, kind of creepy mood throughout the movie. Now, I'm not incredibly knowledgeable on S&M, to say the least. It's not really my thing. I don't kink shame. It's two consenting adults. That's all you. But I do think it's a little weird. But whatever. Again, whatever floats your boat. It is what it is. That's not really the creepy part of this movie. The creepy part is that it isn't 100% consensual. It's kind of a abusive type relationship that's going on. The dominatrix being much older and also being an authority figure as his boss. So no worries, don't click away. This is going to be spoiler free. but I will give some brief descriptions of some major parts. So the way they hook you at the start of this film is you see the main character, Elliot, halfway tie up and dressed in female clothes and bloody in a fancy house, seems to wake up from either being asleep or unconscious. He is in a panic. He runs outside and he sees a woman in the pool face down, seems to be dead. He jumps in to save her, pulls her out. This person is Erica, who is the second main character of the film, his boss slash dominatrix. It then switches scenes, and you see him in a police interrogation room with two police officers who are interviewing him because he's now being investigated as a suspect in her murder. And that is basically the plot of the film. It's him telling the whole story about how he met her and they had this sexually driven relationship where he became infatuated and obsessed with her because he uh, naturally was a submissive guy. He was never involved in S&M behaviors, but he was kind of wimpy, submissive guy by nature. And he became infatuated with her, even though to her it was just a game. To her, it was just about sex. So, at first, Erica doesn't sound like that bad of a person. Like, it sounds a little weird. She's kinky, but not that bad. Absolutely not. She is a sociopathic manipulator and deviant. She is seducing and taking advantage of Elliot, and to make it worse, she ends up destroying his life in several different ways. So there's several scenes in this movie that will have you either cringing and closing your eyes or laughing out loud, or maybe being interested if you're into that type of stuff. For one, and I have to wash out how I put this, but she fully penetrates him, and she is not a trans woman. This film is scene after scene of a sexually driven based roller coaster ride. But don't get me wrong, there's actually a lot of emotion and a deep look into both the fear of sexual taboos and the infatuation with sexual taboos. And as awkward as it can be at times, and also as dark as it can be, you legitimately feel uncomfortable and angry for Elliot. He is a victim in all of this. But that being said, there are some legitimately funny moments throughout the movie. And I'm kinda ashamed to admit it, and I'll probably have to take a shower afterwards, but I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. I would also like to showcase the performances by Chase Wonders and Mason Goodings. Chase, who played Apple, was Elliot's roommate, his friend, longtime friend, it seemed like. There's also a shocking tension that ends up happening between them, caused by Erica. She did a great job of playing this laid back, chill, hipster character. She's actually my favorite character of the film. And then Mason played a enthusiastic, flamboyant, gay coworker who also was very like cool, I guess. He was very suave, arrogant, and definitely more experienced than Elliot. And they gravitated towards each other and created a bit of a bond and a friendship too. Both Apple and Mason, who played Zap, These names are really interesting. I don't know why, Zap and Apple, but anyway, both of them did a incredible performance and made this film stand out even more. All right, so if you're feeling a little resky and you want something with a deeper, meaningful plot, go check it out. Don't let the name scare you away. Go ahead and give it a try. I liked it.
He's got that sharp eye for the forced emotion, for the last act twist that kills the motion. And when the screen shines, he lets you know that's a clean 10 or a hard 9 below. You want the real, he brings the real. One look, one score, that's the deal. No fake love, no soft appeal. When the credits roll, you know how he feels. Critics Cinema X, Critics Cinema X. He rates it bad or good, bad or good. Critics Cinema X, Critics Cinema X. He tells it like he should, like he should. If it's fine, he'll bless it. If it's weak, he'll check it. Critics Cinema X, Critics Cinema X. You know he keeps it direct.